Dear students, welcome to the science class. So in the last class we were discussing about the getting to know about our plants. Right, in that topic we discussed about the different types of the plant as well as we discussed about the stem, what is the purpose of the stem, what is the main function of the stem, as well as we discussed about the leaves, what are the leaves are going to do different functions, how the leaves are helpful for the plants. So in the last class we discussed about those things that leaves are going to perform two important functions. So the first function is nothing but they are going to do the transpiration, that nothing but evaporation of the water. So whatever the water which is present in excess amount is going to thrown away into the atmosphere by the leaves of the plant. So that process is nothing but what it is known as the transpiration. In the same manner we discussed about the photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is nothing but it is the preparation of the food by the plants by themselves. So where does that photosynthesis is going to happen? It is going to happen on the leaves, since leaves is going to perform that important function. So how does the photosynthesis occurs? In the leaves, they are going to absorb the carbon dioxide. They are going to get the carbon dioxide. There will be presence of the sunlight and there will be presence of the water. So they are going to get the water from the stem in that leaves. They are going to utilize those things to prepare their food. So for that reason, we done a starch test. So the presence of the starch indicates that there is the food is present. So in which case food is present in the in these leaves. So in the leaves they are going to perform photosynthesis. Now we already know that from where does the water is going to come to the leaves to perform photosynthesis. It is going to come from the stem. So where does the stem is getting the water? The stem is getting the water from the roots. So roots are nothing but it is the downward portion of the plant. So these are the roots. So whatever which is present inside the soil are nothing but what are those things are the roots of a plant. To discuss further about the roots, we are going to perform different activities to know about the different function of the root. So let us take the first activity here, activity number 6. Activity number 6. So here we are going to take two potted plants. We are going to take two potted plants. So we are going to take out those plants and we are going to, so in such a manner we have to take out those plants from the soil so that whatever the roots which are present of those plants, it shouldn't be cutted. It shouldn't get damaged. So we are going to take those plants and we are going to take two pots. Two pots or two containers. Two pots or two containers, and we are going to name those pots as one as A, another one as B. So we are taking two pots and we are taking two plants with their root from the soil. So next what we are going to do here, we are going to cut the root of one of the plant. We are going to cut the root of one of the plant. So another plant is having the same root, it will be healthy one, and we are going to cut root of one of the plant. And we are going to keep those plants in the pot like this. So this is the first plant. And another plant, of which the root is cutted. So because of that, it is not showing the root here. So it is also kept in this way. Right. So we are going to check these plants for a week after continuously adding water. We are going to supply the water continuously to both the plants. We are going to add water to this plant as well as we are going to add this water to this plant also. Alright, after continuation of addition of the water, after 1 week, we are going to check the growth of both the plants. When you check the growth of both the plants, this plant is grown healthily and this plant is very healthy. But this plant is not healthy. The leaves of this plant have become shrinked one. And this plant remains healthy after 1 week. But this plant is not healthy after 1 week. So what is the major factor here? To become healthy, we know that there should be photosynthesis should be occur so that they are going to utilize their food and they become healthy. As well as we require food for to become healthy. In the same way, if you take the example of the plants should also require food for healthiness. So how they are going to prepare the food? By utilizing the water. By utilizing the water, so that this plant is healthy and this plant is not healthy. What does it indicate? It indicates that they are preparing their own food and they are utilizing that food. But this plant is not preparing their own food and they are not utilizing that food. Right? But both the conditions are same only. See here, we know that leaves are going to get the water from the stem, right? In the same manner, these leaves are also going to get the water from the stem only. Yes. So already discussed about those things. But what happening? If it is not healthy, if it is healthy, that means it is not getting the water. But it is getting the water. It is not getting the water, it is getting the water. But we are continuously supplying the water to both the things. But why it is not getting the water, but it is getting the water? If you see here, it has the root, but it doesn't have the root. For that reason, maybe it is getting the water because of the roots which are present in soil. Because of not presence of the root here, it is not getting the water. So by this activity, we can say that roots are essential for the supply of water from the soil to the stem to the leaf. So without root, it is not possible that those plants are not going to get water. So whatever the water, whatever the minerals which are present in the soil are going to transfer to the leaves by the roots. So the roots are major component of the plant which are going to help in the water intake in the plant. So what is the main purpose here? What is the main function here of the root? If by this activity, roots are absorbing water and mineral from soil, and they transport it to the stem to leaves. So without root, it is not possible that these plants are not going to get the water only. For that reason, while taking out those plants from the soil, what we have taken the precaution here? We taken the precautions that the plants shouldn't get damaged roots. The roots shouldn't be damaged. So for that reason, if you check in we are belong to the farmers family. If you check, every parents try to tell you that don't harm the roots. If you harm the roots, if you damage the roots, what is going to happen? That plant is not going to grow. If you break down the stem, it is possible that it is going to again grow. But if you if you damage the root, it is not possible that they are going to again grow. So this is one of the major function of the root. Now next we are going to see second major function of the root by again doing an activity. So what is that activity? Activity number 7 here. So what we are going to do? We are going to take seeds of gram and maize. We are going to take seeds of gram and maize, and we are going to take cotton here. You can do this activity in your home also. Right? We are going to take cotton again. Then along with that, we are going to take cotton wool, katori, and some water. We are going to take cotton wool, katori. That is nothing but bowl, and water. Katori, bowl, or water, and water. So what we are going to do here? We are going to put these seeds of grams as well as maize into a cotton wool. We are going to wrap those things, seeds of those things into what cotton wool of the seeds of the gram and seeds of the maize. We are going to wrap it in a cotton wool. So what we are going to do next? We are going to keep those things in a bowl. That is nothing but katori. Both those things. We are going to take 2 katoris. In those 2 katoris, we are going to keep both of them. So after some time, what we are going to do? We are going to continuously add the water here. We are continuously going to add the water here. This is 2 bowls in which we are going to take. In one we are taking the gram, another in which we are taking made and those are tapped in the waters. So we are going to continuously supply the water to these things. Continuously supply the water to these things. So what will happen? After 1 week, after some time, we have to wait such that we are going to see the stems coming out from these things. We should see the stems, or those things should be sprouted one. Those things should be sprouted one. After that point, we have to wait and we have to see these things. After the sprouting of those seeds, after the stem is coming out from those seeds, we have to take out those both the wools, cotton wools. We have to take out those both the wools, and we have to try to remove the cotton wool from that. We will try to remove the cotton wool from that. So when you try to remove the cotton wool from that, what is going to happen here? It is not possible that we are going to easily remove the cotton wool from that plant. Why it is not possible that we are not removing the cotton wool easily here? Because of that, when they sprouted here, whatever the roots which are present, they are elongated such a way that they are going to get into a spaces between the cotton wool. So if you take the cotton wool like this, the roots of these things are going to go in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, in this direction. So if you take here wool, and this is the wool and this is the roots. So roots are going to get inside those wool and they are becoming stronger. So when you try to remove these things, what is going to happen here? Because of the strongness, it is not possible to remove the cotton wool easily because of the roots which are interlocked with the cotton wool. So by this we can analyze another major function of the roots. That is nothing but if we incorporate the seeds in the ground, in the soil, what will happen? There will be production of the roots. When the roots are grown, what is going to happen? Roots are going to expand in such a manner that they are going to spread in the soil. When they spread in the soil, what they are going to do here? If you check here, if the roots are spreading in the soil, what is going to do here? They are going to give the support to the tree. They are going to give the support to the tree. If there is no root, what is going to happen? The tree is going to fall. Because of that thing, it is giving the support by the roots. So if you take only one root, is it going to give the support? No. Because of these branches of these roots, which is incorporating in the soil, which is going into the soil, they are making the support to these plants. So that thing, in other words, is known as anchor. It is known as anchor. They anchor the plant into soil. Anchor the plants into the soil. So what does it making here? They are making that the plant is holding firmly on the surface of the ground. If it is holding firmly on the surface of the ground, it is because of the roots which are inside the soil. So here the roots, what they are doing here? The roots are helping the plant helping the plant in holding firmly on the ground. Holding firmly on the ground. In other words, the roots are anchoring the plant. The roots are anchoring the plants in soil. They are anchoring the plant inside the soil so that in such a way that the tree is standing firmly on the ground. So this is the second major function of the roots of the plant. Now from this point we discuss about the function of the roots. That is nothing but they are going to anchor the plant in the soil. And second major function is they are going to transport the water and minerals from the soil to the stem as well as leaves. So when you take the example of the gram as well as the maize. So when you check the type of the roots, we are going to see the different types of the roots. If we check the maize, we are seeing the different types of the roots. And when we check the root which is formed by the gram seed, it is also a different type of roots. So we know that it is possible that there will be two different types of the roots is there. There are various types of the roots are there. So we are majorly have two types of the roots. So what are those two major types of roots? Take an example. We are going to see variety of the plants in our surroundings. In that surroundings, what we are going to do? We are going to take out the plants which are smaller in length. So you have to take out those plants and you have to check. You have to check what? We have to check the roots of those plants. When we check the roots of those plants, we are going to see two types of the roots. So if you take the plant like this one is the plant in which we are going to see a root like this. So in that root there will be many branches like this. Here the second root which has the many branches. Like this we are going to see it, right now. We have two types. If you take out the plant, if you see here, we are going to see one type of roots like this. Second type of roots we are going to see is like this. Right, like this we are going to see two types of the roots. This is the one type of root and this is the second type of root. If I again check the whatever the seeds which are taken here, if you check those roots, these roots will be of the gram seed and these roots will be of the maize. These roots will be of the maize. If you check here. So why we are seeing the different two types of roots here? Because we have two different types of the root. So whatever the root which is coming here, this type of roots are nothing but these are known as the tap roots. This is known as the tap root. So this is the first form. So whatever the major component here which is going here, this thing, the major one, major root which is going here, it is nothing but what? It is known as the tap root. So the tap root is nothing but what? It is the main root. The main root is nothing but what? It is the tap root. Right. Again, if you see this major root, main root, on that main root there is the branches are there. So these branches are nothing but what? Those branches are known as the lateral roots. Lateral roots. So what are the lateral roots here? The branch roots which are connected to the branch roots which are coming here, the branch roots which are connected to branch roots which are connected to the main root, which are connected to the main root are lateral roots. Main root are known as the lateral root. So it is the first form of the root. That is nothing but tap root. So here the tap root is nothing but what? It is the main root. On that branch roots are there. So those branch roots are nothing but what? Those are the lateral roots. So again, if you see here, if you check here, all roots seem similar. All the roots which are coming here seem similar. There is no changes in the roots. They have the same pattern, they have the same size, they have the same shape. So these similar roots are nothing but what? These roots are known as the fibrous roots. These roots are known as the fibrous roots. These roots are known as what? These roots are known as the fibrous roots. So these are the what? Lateral as well as tap root, and these are the fibrous roots. Clear? So what are the fibrous roots here? Roots which look similar, are known as fibrous roots. Are known as the fibrous roots. See here, these look similar, those are known as the fibrous roots. These look different. That is nothing but they are connected to a main root. There will be branches of the roots. So these roots are known as what? These roots are known as the one is the tap root, main root, and branches are known as the lateral roots. Right. In the same manner, we have to plants, we have kinds of plants and two kinds of stem, as well as here we have two types of the roots. So when we check the leaf of this type of roots, check the leaf which are there. So leaves which is here and leaf which is here. If we check those leaves, we are going to see two different type of designs of the roots. Sorry, designs of the leaves. If you remember, while discussing about the leaves, we discussed about that which is going to show two types of the designs. That designs are nothing but venation. There are two types of leaf venations are there. One is the reticulate leaf venation. Second one is what? Second one is the parallel leaf venation. If we check in the fibrous roots, in the taproot, we are going to see the reticulate venation. If you check here, we are going to see what? We are going to see the reticulate venation. We are going to see the reticulate leaf venation. In the same manner, if you check the leaves of the maize, which is having the fibrous root, when you check that thing, when you check the venation here, it is going to show the parallel leaf venation. It is going to show the parallel leaf venation. So by this we can say that leaf venation and the design of the root, type of the root, both are interlinked. If a root is containing taproot, that means it is going to contain reticulate leaf venation. If a root is fibrous root, then it is going to contain parallel leaf venation. So both are interlinked here. So this is about the root. Right, again in the same manner, if you check here, both the plant, we know that these roots are going to supply the minerals and waters to the leaves. Minerals and water to the leaves like this. Right, if you take here, this is the stem and there is the root which are present inside the soil here. So here the leaves is present. Right, so water and mineral from the soil. Water and mineral from the soil is going to absorb by these roots and they are going to transport to the leaves via which stem? The stem are going to transfer the water which is coming from the roots to the leaves. In the same manner, we know that leaves are going to prepare their own food, that is nothing but photosynthesis. So if they are preparing the photosynthesis food here, food is required at the leaf section, at the stem section as well as at the root section. For the growth of the roots also it requires food. So that whatever the food which is prepared here in the leaves is going to transfer by the stem to the roots. It is going to transported by the stem to the leaves via stem to the roots. So see here, one thing is going in the upward direction, another thing is coming in the downward direction. So which one is helping in the transport of the water and mineral and which one is helping in the transport of the food to the roots? That is nothing but the stem. That is nothing but what? It is the stem. So by this we can say that stem is doing the two-way traffic. It is doing the what? It is doing the two-way traffic. How it is doing the two-way traffic here? If you see here, it is helping in the transportation of the water and mineral from the roots to the leaf. In the same way, it is helping in the transportation of the food particles from the leaves to the root. So it is controlling two-way traffic. Stem is controlling what? Two-way traffic. What is the two-way traffic? So first one is it is conducting or it is supplying. It is transportation. Transportation of water and minerals. Transportation of water and minerals from roots to leaves. Which is done by what? Which is done by the stem again. Second one is transportation of food. Transportation of food. Transportation of food from leaves to the roots. So the upward direction and this is coming in the downward direction. So it is going to control two-way traffic. So stem is controlling two-way traffic, that is nothing but transportation of the water and minerals from the roots to the stem, from the roots to the leaves. In the same manner, the transportation of the food particles from the leaves to the roots. So this is the major function of the stem, as well as we discussed about the roots. So in the next section we are going to discuss about the flower. Up to that point, thank you, take care, stay well, stay